Smith. I'm in Ireland, just outside of Newcastle County Down, and I'm in the middle of a Dromina castle, which is actually a fortress from the 600 to about 1200 AD, and the walls were about 12 feet thick at places and about 10 feet high, and it's a Christian homestead, and they would live here and they would have their livestock, and so today I thought I would share about an experience. I was talking to somebody and they were saying something about her husband just yelled at her and was angry with her, and she did nothing wrong. And so here she is, she kind of got away from that situation, went to the bathroom or her bedroom, and she was tapping and tapping and tapping, and she couldn't get the feelings to go away. And so after a while she said, well, I'll just go eat something. Well, of course, when you're doing the tapping on yourself, there's many things that's going on inside an emotional event. Lot of times at this experience with her husband, the big blow up, there could be an emotional pattern in which this person knows all her life. So even though she could be tapping in the heat of the moment, addressing whatever it is that's bothering her, and she feels like she can't get it down. Two things usually happen when you feel like you can't get it down. The fear of getting it down and breaking the whole family dynamics, this relationship dynamics, could be driving the bus to keep you from actually finishing up with the tapping. And so oftentimes when you're tapping and you feel like you want to quit, you feel like it's not working, that means those emotions are actually trying to keep you from finishing up. That means you have to tap through it, keep tapping through it. Now also there are other patterns that are associated to this too. Let's say you've experienced this, and it's also something you've done all your life. You had a mother or a father or husbands or boyfriends or bosses, and you still keep rehearsing and feeling these same basic emotions. And so what you must do then is start breaking it down even more. And of course the art of the change is one of the magic about FasterEFT. It shows you how to go in and actually rewrite, transform, and release whatever system working within you. And so one of the things that you could do is I always say, well, you tap, 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 you're not getting it moving, focus on what you're feeling inside your body, tap, 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 and then if you can't shift it, give yourself a mental break. That means stop right there, change your focus. That means I don't recommend eating something because you're going to create another problem in your weight. I say just change your focus, think about something that makes you feel good, think of a memory, do something that'll divert your attention temporarily, then go right back to it. And I say get you a piece of paper out. And the art of change is how do you go in and start looking for what creates the problem, and you just ask questions and you just fill out the answers. And you may ask, what do I believe about this situation? I believe what? And you may say, I believe it's my fault. I believe I deserved it. Whatever it is that you believe. And then the next thing you could ask yourself, have I ever experienced this before? And you may want to write memories of times and places you experienced it. It could be back to your childhood. And each one of these experiences builds a database on how to act and perform when these things happen. And you may also ask yourself, have I witnessed this before? That means you may have seen mom and dad do it, or you may have seen your brother do it. And so then these memories are inside you, and if you have memories inside you, realizing everything inside you is really you, which are also affirmations, so you got to change those memories you hold within you. And then you ask yourself, like, what's the worst of the worst? How bad could it really get? And write down how bad it is, because again, this gives you emotional issues to clean within yourself. Then you start working this stuff and clean it out until you rewrite the stories, each memory you hold within you. And then you'll discover the more you tap on it, the more you clean its resources, the more it will disappear. And the most important thing is keep working it until you get personal power and control. Now the cool thing is, if you're in a relationship and you know you love this person, and if you work on you work on how you respond to them, you work how you feel about them, as you heal you transform your inner world, then all of a sudden your response to them will be in a healthier, more productive way. Then the whole system will start to shift and adjust. Hang in there with the tapping. Keep tapping, keep tapping. You don't want to run and hide. You don't want to run and hide and be an escapeaholic or avoidaholic, because avoidaholics and escapeaholics, they feel bad and they eat something, they drink something, they smoke something, they watch something, they do something, they clean the house, but it doesn't solve the problem. It's just a diversion. What you want to do is go inside, notice what you're doing inside, and then rewrite the story. Rewrite your story, rewrite what you hold against you, within you, and then you change your responses to the world. I just walked out of a souterrain, which is an underground fortress in a way. It's for protection. They would put foods and milk and whatever else they want to put in there. So don't run and hide in your souterrain unless you go in there and you come out on top. That means you go in and you clean yourself up. This is Robert Smith. I'm here in Ireland. And you take control of yourself. Love yourself, heal yourself, and transform yourself here. It'll change here and it'll change out there. And we'll talk to you later. And of course, there's always more than one way to get out of problems. The best way is to clean it up, clear it out. Tap your way out of it. And as you do, your whole life begins to change in a big, powerful way.